Hey guys, welcome back to the NBTX Living Channel. My name is Chase Bradley.
I'm Veronica Bradley.
And today we're going to cover some of the best things that you can do in Corpus Christi, Texas.
But wait, I thought the name of the channel was NBTX Living, as in New Braunfels.
You know what? You're right. It is NBTX Living. We still live in New Braunfels, but before living in this area, we lived in Corpus Christi for over 7 years. Is where pretty much our family started.
Yeah.
Both of our kids were born in Corpus Christi. I got my degree in Corpus Christi as a marine biologist.
Also, we sell in Corpus Christi, so we're part of multiple MLSs. So that's why, we're bringing our Corpus Christi information to you if you're considering moving to the coast.
Yeah, and we spend, I would say, at least 1 to 2 weeks every year in Corpus for one reason or another. And it may not be even continuous weeks. It may be like 2 or 3 days here, 2 or 3 days there. We're in Corpus Christi frequently enough, and we're keeping up with a lot of the changes. So there it is. Let's talk about some of the best things that you can do in Corpus Christi, Texas. It's CCTX.
So the number one thing that you can do in Corpus Christi is definitely the ocean life, with all that saltwater sea fishing, bay fishing, deep sea fishing, kayaking, boat tours. There's so much that you can do.
Yeah, it's my favorite kind of fishing in the whole world. Hands down, saltwater fishing. It's just something about it. The fish fight harder. They struggle harder. They're bigger. They're huger. I know there's some really big fish up north, but we live down south. But outside of freshwater fishing, there's a ton of saltwater fishing, and you can catch a shark. I caught a shark one time off of the pier.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
My brother and his family, they live in Corpus Christi. They go fishing a lot. So my nephew and my brother, they catch pretty awesome big fish, and I get so jealous because I want to go fishing. If fishing was a full-time job, I'd sign up for it, but it wouldn't pay the bills. I mean, I don't know, will it? But
outside of just fishing and being in the water, there's other things that kind of revolve around the water. If you're an avid bird watcher, you really like watching birds. There's tons of migratory birds that come into the area.
Always seagulls. Don't feed them. They'll poop on you.
Don't feed the seagulls.
Don't feed the wildlife, he tells me all the time, and I learned the hard way.
If you really like sea turtles,
yes,
there's a couple of opportunities for you in Corpus Christi to look at sea turtles. Don't touch sea turtles, but definitely you can look at sea turtles. Once a year, they have the sea turtle hatch and release, where they hatch a whole bunch of sea turtles and then they release them into the sea. That's off of Padre Island National Seashore. But then there's also the sea turtle hatching at the Sea Life Center that's in Corpus Christi as well, where you get an opportunity to be, a little bit closer to the action there.
You can't forget about the Texas State Aquarium, which in my opinion is one of the best aquariums in Texas. They always have something new out there. The kids, no matter what the age, they love it. There's a lot of things that you can do, and it's right next door to the USS Lexington.
All right, so outside of the ocean, if you really like spending some time outside, there's some really great parks that you can visit in Corpus Christi. And better yet, they're free. You can go visit them, you can walk around them, you can enjoy wildlife. One of my favorite ones is actually going to be the Hans Suter Park. So in the Hans Suter Park, it takes you right out into Oso Bay. You can really see all the birds that come in. You can see when the tide comes in and out, which really doesn't vary a whole bunch, but it's still a very educational kind of experience to go out there. If you don't want an educational experience, there's a ton of other city parks like Cole Park that you can visit. I feel like that's one of the biggest parks in Corpus Christi.
Right by the bay.
It's right by the bay. There's even a Cole Park pier where you can go fishing off of. And then there's a skate park as well. So if you like skating, there's an opportunity for you there. But yeah, there's tons of parks in Corpus Christi you can go to for free.
One of our next favorite attractions in Corpus Christi is the USS Lexington.
Yeah, so at the Lexington, you have the option to do, guided tours or self-guided tours There's a lot of options there for you to like stay overnight, which gives you access to deeper into the ship.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not stay overnight at the Lexington because there's rumors that there's ghosts on that ship. Never encountered one. However, no thank you. I will leave and go back to my home.
I would say, you know, plan on being there for at least an hour. If you're gonna walk around.
Longer.
Yeah, I mean, if you're walking at a good pace, maybe an hour. But it's very tight. It's a military ship, so space is at a premium. You really have to watch out when you're going up and down the stairs. I hit my head.
I did too.
She's short and she hit her head. I'm tall,
5'1".
and I hit my head multiple times, and that was because I was really trying to not hit my head.
One of the exhibits that we saw was the Tomcat plane that was in the Tom Cruise Top Gun movie. So of course, you know, it said Maverick and Goose.
So outside of being able to see Top Gun, you know, memorabilia there, the actual ship itself was in a movie called Midway. Maybe you know of it, maybe you don't. But then it was also in Pearl Harbor, and then also several episodes of Ghost Hunters. So leading back into the idea that the ship is haunted. While we were there, we really didn't run into any ghosts ourselves, but we didn't have access to the whole ship.
Yeah, I was, there was this one area, push a button and this guy comes on and it's like he appears to be a ghost. And he was talking about like, basically this guy, he died. Obviously him and his friends died, or maybe 2 survived, I can't remember. But they have it in a ghost form out in the corner of like I'm like, okay, this is kind of creepy, but also sad because, you know, so many people died on that ship. Hence, it could be haunted. But I mean, it was cool. The next thing we're going to talk about is one of the biggest, I don't think it's the biggest anymore, but one of the biggest Whataburger buildings. And if you don't know what Whataburger is, I know Whataburger has expanded out to different states now, but it used to just be in Texas. And we can battle all day about what's better, Whataburger, In-N-Out, and Whataburger is going to win all day long. I mean, have you tasted their french fries and ketchup? But anyway, we went to, we always stop at their little triangular building. It's a 2-story on the bay, so you can overlook the sparkling city on the bay.
So yeah, this Whataburger is 6,000 square feet, and it technically was the largest Whataburger in the United States. But then just recently, there's a big controversy. Whataburger kind of sold out to, you know, an out of state investor. So that's how, you know, a lot of other states now are able to enjoy
It's
Whataburger.
in Colorado, I believe.
But yeah, the new biggest Whataburger is in Colorado. So yeah, unfortunately, the long-running champ, the biggest Whataburger in the world, in the universe.
Would you say universe?
I would say it was the biggest Whataburger in the universe, unless it's some other.
A big bold statement there.
But yeah, they unfortunately they decrowned. They took it away from Corpus Christi Whataburger on the Bay, and it now belongs to a Whataburger in Colorado. So, you know, big ups to Colorado for having the biggest Whataburger. But the biggest Whataburger in Texas is still the Corpus Christi on the Bay.
Yeah. And one of the top tourist attraction in Corpus Christi that is free, one part of it's free, is the Selena statue on the bay. So they have a memorial set up there, right, I guess across from one of the main hotels, the Omni Hotel, I think. And you can go visit her, remember her, and the museum is not free. I mean, to get in, I don't know what the charge is, we'll put it up. But that's a big tourist attraction because if anyone, I don't know who hasn't seen the movie Selena. Anything for Selena. I don't know who hasn't seen it, but that to this day, even when we stop by, we like just, even if we're just going to go look at real estate, we always take the kids by to go look at it. There's just something about being on those steps, looking at the museum, the monument. It's sad, but you know, she's part of history, especially in Corpus Christi.
So that's our list, guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, if you're planning on stopping by, you know, making a visit to Corpus Christi, definitely consider stopping by some of these places that we talked about here today. They're really awesome. Every time we go down, like we said, we try to visit you know, these places as frequently as we go down to Corpus. So, you know, definitely they're worth checking out.
And side note, if you're a current resident in Corpus Christi, go do the touristy things. Because when we lived there, we didn't do the touristy things, and we're going back to do the touristy things. So take advantage of that if you're a current local resident of Corpus Christi.
If you've never been to Corpus Christi, Texas, and you're watching this video, let us know which one of the places that we covered here today would be your first stop. We don't talk to you down in the comments. We will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.